Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. Today I have a very special guest and I can't wait to introduce all of you to him. He is the ambassador for joy and his name is Barry Shaw. Good morning, Barry.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Now, wonderful Billiana, how can I make the categorical statement that all the thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people that are watching or will watch are all good-looking? Because by definition, if they tune in to listen to you, it means they're always looking for and finding the good. That's a good-looking person. Looking for and finding the good in life.
I absolutely every time when I speak to you, even on the phone, I just like a huge smile comes on my face, I can tell you. And you know what I learned from life is that the people who smile a lot, they went through hell in their life, and that's when they actually created that legacy behind. And that's why today I call it leaving a legacy behind. As let me just put it, it is my very exclusive interview with you, and I called it leaving a legacy for a very good purpose. And one thing I want to share is that there is a really good reason for you to have this beautiful huge smile, because you always go mad. and for all of you watching right now, I know that is not going to make sense, so make sure you stay to the end, because at the very end I'm going to ask you to explain what exactly going mad means.
Going mad is wonderful.
Okay, before we start, you just show me backstage your bottle of water. Do you mind if you show it to all of us?
Whatever Billiana asks, it happens. So I am very happy to show everybody, because I urge people to consider doing this. Let me see if I can hold it up. Is it too much light? Can you see this? Let's hear.
Yeah, you need to put it a little bit closer to. Yeah, that is. Yeah, so you can read love on that side.
I wrap my water bottles in this paper. I write on it 2 words: love and
gratitude.
It's hard to read, but love and gratitude. Love and gratitude. I wrap the water bottles in it because these words wrapping around a water bottle affect the water. It's proven. It's not just Barry Shaw loves this kind of stuff. This is scientific. Beautiful Japanese researcher did crystallography work on what happens when you give positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant ideas, sounds, and such to water, which we drink, which we are, right? 79% water. Hello, my water is now filled with love and gratitude. What a wonderful way to live.
I'm going to take you back to 1975. You graduate too long time ago, I know. You study diamonds and gems in California, and then in 1979 you became a wholesale diamond dealer with your business partner. And then later on, you saw that company, which was the first multi-million exit, what you had. You saw that company for $100 million or even more. And you wrote that the greatest lesson in business and business of life is that you need to work together with people, with a team, because everyone achieves miracles.
Right.
Let's talk about the miracles.
Okay, let's just talk about 3 miracles all together at once. One is that I was a college dropout. Before I graduated in 1975, I was a college dropout. I left after the 3rd year of college. I went to live in Europe, in the center of all the action of the world, which was Amsterdam, for years. And traveled all over Amsterdam. I traveled all over Europe in a micro minibus, Volkswagen and such. came back to the States and said, okay, opened up a wonderful business in Boston, Massachusetts, which was, I was born, on the most famous shopping street in the city, got written up by the magazines in Boston and such, and had an amazing experience because we were a very famous boutique in Boston, and that was the era of boutique stores. And we were invited to go to a big show in New York. And on the way of driving from Boston down to New York on a big highway, it was 12:30 in the night. I was in a Volkswagen Beetle with no seatbelt. Remember, it was back in 72, actually. And
not the whereabouts.
Right. Now, hello, is anybody watching this born in 1972? I don't know. Actually, you don't have to be. You love the story because what happened is I'm driving along 60 miles an hour, and the person who runs my company behind me, she's driving a larger car with a lot of our things for the boutique show, and another car heading in the opposite direction going 60 plus miles an hour in a big Buick falls asleep at the wheel of his car, jumps over the median, and hits my Beetle head on. Ah! I'm not supposed to be here. Head on collision at 60 miles an hour. I'm just going to make the story very short. Suffice to say that it was a shift in my life. Now, shift is a wonderful word, Biljana, but I got to tell you, I'm blessed to tell you, tens of thousands of people over the decades. And when I talk about shift perspective, 97.2% of them drop the F in shift, and the other stuff happens. So you got to learn how to say, oh, shift, and think about it as with the big F in there. Watch your F and Fs, or else the other stuff happens. But here I am, my femur was broken, leg swinging, glass all over my body, and they didn't know if I was going to live. They extricated me with something called the jaws of death, or in this case, the jaws of life, and took me to a great hospital just outside of New York City. There were surgeons there who were able to put my bones and my femur back together with new material that had just gone on the marketplace a year before, titanium. I have titanium plates in my leg, each 10 inches long with 10 screws in each one. But here's the miracle. Over the course of the next couple of years, I was able to be weight bearing. I was able to walk without a limp. Glass had been taken out of my face. I didn't have a scar, and one that you can't even see right now because so many years later. But I was able to internalize one of the greatest lessons of life. In my recovery, which was both physical, mental, and spiritual, I used something called PTL. PTL, wonderful Biljana. Prayer, therapy, and love. What was prayer? Prayer was my total inside prayer, oftentimes vocalized to the creator of the world, to the universe. First of all, thanking that I'm alive, because thank is one of the most important words you could ever internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life. Thank stands for to harmonize and network kindness. To harmonize and network kindness. I became, thank God, a channel of good, because now I'm alive. For the first almost year, I couldn't move. I had a dear friend who was a hatha yoga instructor and a beautiful, amazing being who was a dear friend who loved me. And he got me to get off the bed and onto the floor, and little by little, inch by inch, doing hatha yoga. And eventually I was able to raise my legs and move my legs and such, but I had to have 2 more operations over the next couple of years. One operation to remove the titanium plate and 10 bolts, another operation a year later to take out the other titanium plate and 10 bolts. My femur is now, the bones are fused. It's good. I'm weight bearing. I can walk. Prayer, therapy, sometimes 3 hours a day. But doing it and letting the flow come in, because that's the key of life, right? You, Biljana, are the essence of flow. That's why we're here. And then love. Now, I got to tell everybody, personally, I find it far more difficult to receive love than to give it. But I learned how to unclog and open up the twin channels of giving and receiving. I was inundated with love, so much so that it almost smothered me. And then I was able to use it and channel it and return it to the world. So prayer, therapy, and love. And now what do I do? Well, again, as you said, I was blessed. I was accepted and went to this remarkable school in California called the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America. It is the most famous place in the world. Everybody in the world comes there to study diamonds and other gems. I was blessed. They asked me to stay after the course and teach the program. I taught the program at the GIA for several years. That is one of the most coveted positions in life. And I found the greatest gem in my life, the biggest diamond. I mean, larger than anybody can understand. My wife comes from Thailand. Her father sent her to the GIA because, again, the most famous place in the world to study these things. She was there, and for some
And
reason,
you've been married for 45,
45 years.
45.
But again,
grandkids.
thank you, because I was able to have gone through and experienced and lived with prayer, therapy, and love. When I was healed, it didn't stop. That was the genius of life. I urge everybody to understand you're a flow. I have to tell everybody, I love Biljana. You ask why? Well, everybody knows why. Everybody loves Biljana. Yes, but there's an essence to her. I want to share with people something, in my humble opinion, that's remarkable. First of all, SHARE is a great acronym. It stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. That's what we do when we share, right? We spread happiness. So Biljana is the essence of what I'm going to tell you. There's a wonderful word called flower, right? And you go into your garden, you look at all these flowers. Now, it's interesting because if you look at the word L-O-W, Biljana, how do you pronounce L-O-W?
Hello.
Thank you. Add an F at the beginning. How do you pronounce that word?
Flow.
Flow. Well, guess what those things are in the garden? We think we call them flowers. I don't know why, but watch this. Those things they're not there. They're alive. They have stems, they have growth, and inside of them, it's just like us. It's energy flowing, right? So really, all those things in the garden that you see, those are flowers. Biljana is a flower. Her whole essence is flowing through and to and with. That's her genius of life. That's why she's beloved. She's a flower.
It's so funny that you mentioned that. Have I ever told you what actually my name translates in English?
We're about to hear. World, get ready.
Let's just, I'm going to say very quickly, just before I say what my name means, I'm going to say very special hi to Helen. I appreciate for she's giving me encouragement, and I love her for she has been impacted me in my life. I'm sending you so much healing energy right now, Helen, and I'm so wishing you to get better and to get through that stage you are right now at the moment. As yes, I know you're in a lot of pain as you've got cancer at the moment, so sending you a lot of love. Gail, hello. Ilona, hello to you as well, and hi to Ingo, as you're all watching from very different parts of the world, and I absolutely love that. So my name, I didn't like my name for a very long time, actually. And I think at the age of 10, I wanted to change it. And then I realized that I did a search. Google did not exist at that time. But I did a search.
Possible.
I did a research. I turned that Biljana, actually, it comes from the Bulgarian word bile and bilka, which means healing herbs. These are the herbs in our garden that are healing us. So I was like, okay, there must be a good reason for me to be named like this. And on top of everything else, if you take the abbreviation of my name, Biljana Georgieva, it's BG, which BG is actually Bulgaria, as I'm from Bulgaria, and that's the abbreviation of my country. So when I started living outside my country in 2006, and I was living in London and Monaco and France and gosh, everywhere, like a lot in different countries. But I laugh now. My abbreviation of my name is actually representing my country, Bulgaria. So thank you so much for explaining the flow and
flower.
Thank you. Saying the flowers. Okay, I'm gonna put you back as well to. I'm going to put you back to the era of Internet 1.0.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. You lost like $40 million. And then you wrote your book.
I made millions and then lost millions, right?
Yeah. And in your book, you basically said that, did you lost all your money? No. Was it painful and you were like stressed? Yes and no. But you did learn a lesson from that one. And that lesson is on your bottle.
Right, exactly. Love and gratitude, because it's just money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to share with people something about money, because everybody in the world deals with money. Matter of fact, the three things that cause stress in people's life. Everybody has stress. We might talk about a little bit to unpack it and see how Barry Shore approaches stress. But stress is everywhere for people. There's no question. Three sources of stress. Money is one. Either too much, you hear that, or too little. People laugh when I say too much, but we all know too much money causes stuff. So money is a stressor. Relationships is a stressor. Family, friends, and the most important relationship of all, with oneself. And health. Health is a stressor. You just mentioned Helene. You heard about my accident. We can talk about another event in my life with health. So those are the stressors, either your own health issues or somebody very close to you. Those three things cause stress. I was blessed, as you said, Internet 1.0. I was blessed to have had an incident. I was traveling around the world. I was in South Africa, and I wanted to send a fax back to the United States. Hello, fax. I say it today. It's almost, well, do people do that still? Well, we still do, but it's minuscule. But in those days, 1979 or so, fax was bigger than email. It's hard to imagine, but it's true. Very good, Helene. Outstanding. The point is that they wanted to charge me $7 a page. I had a 5-page fax, $35. Now I could afford it, thank God. I said, that's crazy. Sending a fax, $35. I came back to the United States. I have to find a better way. Now the internet was just starting. They had something called dial-up. You remember that? We heard sounds, and it was just beginning to get a little faster. And yes, people don't even know. It was getting a little faster. I came back to the United States. I was determined to find a way that people could send faxes. You ready for this? For free. When I think of things, I want to be big in the thinking. Dream big. Just, they call it, remember, shift perspective. You got to keep the F in there. I found a young fellow. I was young also at the time, but he was much younger. He was 24. And I found, he said, I'm the fax god. I'm going to read the story short. Suffice to say, we built a company that enabled people to send and receive faxes for free, 17 countries of the world. Within 18 months, Thank God we sold the company for many, many millions of dollars. And the company that bought us incorporated our patents. I got 2 patents from that. Is still a $4 billion market cap company. And I built another company right after that called Speak for Free. You could literally pick up the phone in America and other places in the world and call 17 countries for free. It was
Which
the predecessor.
I'm going to stop you. This is before Skype.
This is predecessor to Skype, before Skype. We say, thank God, within over less than a year, we were bought out by a NASDAQ company, made a lot of money, but most of it was in shares. And the company that bought us, 1.0 imploded.
I love that.
Many, many tens of millions of dollars gone. Hey, it's money.
I'm going to stop you here because you need to hear that. So 2 weeks ago, guys, I was walking around and I had a dinner with about 10 friends of mine. And I want you to go to www.barryshaw.com and I want you to check the Keep Smiling cards. We're going to talk about those cards in a minute, okay? But here it's me going to that dinner with 10 friends, and I'm like I made like a patch of about 40, and I allowed each of them to pick only 2 cards. Okay, it's something I created because I love giving those cards on behalf of Barry, because Barry is the one who created them. So I start explaining what are the cards. Thank you so much. What are the cards and who created them and what is the movement, and I start explaining who is Barry, etc. And I get to the exactly that story what you were just saying about sending facts for free. Okay, one of my friends literally started jumping up and down from joy, and I was like, what's going on with her, right? And she was like, oh my god, like back in those days I used this American company to teach my German partners to bloody start sending fax for free because they would keep sending me faxes and I just couldn't explain to them what is email and that they can send fax via email. And it was like for free. It took me like a year and a half to teach them emails. And I was like, oh my God, I need to tell you this story. It was like, yep, now you know, and you're holding the cards of the same person who created the company, who now created the Keep Smiling cards. Okay, before we come to the Keep Smiling cards and the movement, let's talk about another moment of your life which did bring you to that, the movement and the joy of living and the podcast and everything what you do, which is sadly back in 2004 when you woke up one morning with a very rare disease, which basically put you in a complete paralyzed. Yeah. So honestly, I'm so happy that you had that super strong formula, which formula, I'm going to put it again back, is prayer, therapy, and love, because it was a huge shift with the F in it.
Yeah, watch those Fs.
Yeah, the Fs are very important.
Very important. The force
in our life
of love.
Exactly.
People a little bit of the 2-minute version. So imagine, if you can, I'm hearty and healthy in the morning, because it'll happen in the evening. Next morning, so I'm able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That was me. And then that night, I was in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed, as Biljana said, from the neck down, quadriplegic, not an automobile accident, not a spinal injury, rare disease, which I never heard of the day before. 144 days in the hospital. I was 2 years in a hospital bed in my own home. I couldn't turn over by myself. 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. thank God today, Biljana knows, um, I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. I've helped 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. It's all because of the one word that Biljana is sharing with us. And that word is smile. Because SMILE stands for seeing miracles in life every day. A simple example. Right now, Juliana's sitting in a chair. I'm sitting in a chair. You see my arms. We say, wow, Barry Shore is cured. He was paralyzed for years. Look at him. I can't get up from this chair. Basically, from the waist down, I'm still pretty much paralyzed. I can't move my feet like you do, or my toes. And that. That's okay, because I'm going to tell everybody an amazing result. In addition to the fact, of course, thank God, because of prayer, therapy, and love, I'm able to channel all this and share it with the world. And that's the genius. In other words, I give thanks for what happened. Would I have checked it off if I had a menu and God said, hey, would you like that? I say, no, thank you. But here's what I got. Now, what do you do with it? I'm going to share with everybody, Biljana, if I may, the 6 most important words you could ever internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life. And they are: choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you choose to respond in any given situation. Ah! Paralyzed. Now what do I do? Well, what do? You want to use everything that you have for benefit, for others and oneself, of course, because that's what happens when you really live life to the full. When you become like Biljana, a flower. If you're a flower, then you radiate. Look at her. She radiates. That's the essence of joy. Joy is a wonderful acronym that stands for Journey of You. That's what joy is. Journey of You. And I must say, if you allow me, Biljana, that this show is not about Barry Shore. It's not about even Biljana. This show's about you. You, Y-O-U. You becoming the best you possible, because when you're the best you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony. You create more joy, happiness, peace, and love in the world.
I love that. Ingo is saying, please repeat the website. Here you go. I'm going to put it. It is www.barryshore.com. And I heartily recommending you to go and read a lot more about the, his story, because it's like we're only literally touching everything Barry has been doing. It's absolutely amazing. Gary is saying choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Wow. That is so powerful. Thank you so much.
Yay, Gail.
Ingo is saying, thank you for sharing this with the world, Barry. So thank you so much. Oh my God, so many things to talk about.
Yeah,
Okay,
should we talk about swimming for a moment?
Yes, please.
May I?
Absolutely.
All right, because this is where it gets just, again, the ability to have something happen that you don't know. Again, it's a shift, right, in perspective. So as a result of being paralyzed, what am I going to do? So the doctors, when we left the hospital, in their own sweet way, they just said, now, Mr. Shore, you're never going to walk again, but don't worry, we have things to help you, and we'll get you around, and we'll give you things. And so I'm not going to criticize the doctors and yell at them and say, yeah, I'm going to walk, I'm going to run a marathon. But in my mind, I didn't listen. And I said, whatever's going to be is going to be. I had no idea. So just tell you, one day, my helper is bringing me out in the wheelchair on our street, which is fresh air and such like that. And one of my friends comes running over. I know him for years, and he comes running and said, Don't worry, I'm going to have you out of that chair walking within a year. Okay. Look, anybody who talks like that, I love it. And, yeah, he tells me what he does, which I know. He's an aquatic therapist. That means you help people that have issues like me in the water, because water, you don't have to worry about falling, or it's light and easy and beautiful. The water flows, right? So fine, I'm listening. Anyway, we go, and what he does is use from the wheelchair. There's something called a Hoyer lift. It's a lift at the edge of a pool, and you move from the wheelchair into the lift, and it puts you in the water. And his people are putting on flotation devices on my arms and on my tummy and on my legs so I don't sink and drown. And now they're moving me. And I'm going to make the story shorter, but over the course of a year plus, they're moving me. And one day, Biliana, I was able to move my arm over my head. Ah! And then the other one. And guess what? Because I did that, I moved, my body moved. And after a couple of strokes, I hit my head against the edge of the pool, and it hurt. I said, yay! Because I moved. And I managed to turn myself around and push. And now I was actually swimming a backstroke. So I just got to tell everybody, I was in Southern California, and it's a bright sunny day, even though it was November, in the water. I didn't stop. I couldn't stop. I said, don't stop me. 98 minutes I swam without stopping. I did a mile. I mean, I don't know the exact day, where it was, what happened. It was a few years after being completely, totally paralyzed. Now, again, I can't move much of my body. I just move my arms, but I swam a mile without stopping. I couldn't do that as a civilian. That's what I call people who are not paralyzed. The point is, I say, if I can do it once, I can do it again. So we started swimming once a week, and twice a week, and 3 times a week, 4 times 5. I start a mile every time on my back. And then eventually, over a year, I was able to turn over on my tummy and just have flotation devices on my legs and paddles on my hands, because you see my fingers don't close. And I use a snorkel, but now I swim like, everybody else to crawl. So I still do a little backstroke. I do a crawl. I now swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. I've been doing that for almost 14 years. And everybody should know, right now I have over 8,852 miles that I recorded, which is more than 1/3 of the way around the world. And my goal is to swim around the world. All right, might take me to the age of 105, but who cares? I swim 2 miles a day. And the reason by the way, now it takes me 100 minutes to swim 2 miles. And one of the major reasons I do it, for myself, of course, and my health, is because of all the people in the world who say, I can't, not swimming and anything. I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Quadriplegic. I'm now swimming 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. You can.
I want you to share your last project, because you did announce that you were calling out the Olympic swimmer in America to help you to raise money for charity, but also you wanted you and him to call out for the other Olympic swimmers, so you can all swim around the world. So tell us about that.
Okay, so I realized that Biliana, by the way, this is so wonderful. It's such a delight to be here. I so appreciate you. Thank you. So I'm swimming, and I'm thinking, because that's what I do. By the way, I have a waterproof MP3 player. So I listen to music, I listen to upbeat information, transformational things. It's really a delight to be in the pool for 100 minutes swimming outdoors, even in the winter, because where I live now, water's heated. And I'm realizing if I could continue to swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week, I would be over 105 to finish that. So I said, hello, what do you do? The best thing in life is to work with a team. TEAM is a great acronym that stands for Together, Everyone Achieves Miracles. Miracles. What's the miracle? I want to swim around the world. So how do you do that? Well, you attract people that are wanting to help others. So my role in life, I'm a mental wellness activist. because I've been through stuff. So I have the ability to speak about the mental aspects of difficulties. And there's a great American swimmer, one of the most famous in the history of the world of swimming, Michael Phelps. And I'm in the process of attracting him and his foundation that we together should swim 2 miles a day each. We'll have 1,000 miles at the end of every year. And we urge people to donate 2 cents a mile. You know, the famous phrase in America, hey, people, stick your 2 cents in. You know, what is your 2 cents? 2 cents a mile. Well, he's so famous that he'll attract other swimmers, also Olympic swimmers and great swimmers, and we'll have a team so that in the course of, let's say, 1 year, we will add 16 plus thousand miles to Barry's almost 9,000. Around the world in 1 year, we'll raise, God willing, $20 million for the Michael Phelps Foundation, but even better, we'll raise awareness of mental wellness and mental health issues. So the stigma, we want to stop the stigma. Everybody, you know, is going through stuff you know nothing about. We say, be kind, always. Kind stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. So if we can do it by swimming and raising awareness and enabling people to recognize, hey, I got stuff. I need help. How do I do it? Reach out. Well, there are opportunities to help people because remember, the stress in life comes in 3 places only: money, relationships, and health. Everybody has some stress in their life. What do you do about it? Remember, choice, not chance, determines your destiny. So I want to swim around the world with great swimmers, raise money, raise awareness, 2 cents a mile. Whoopee!
Michael, if you are listening this, please join the cause of Barry, because yes, swimming around the world
Yes.
is a big achievement. I can tell. Helen is saying, I'm seeking a miracle in every way. Yes, you are. And you are a miracle yourself as well.
It's coming. It's there. It's just embrace it and use it and live the life of miracles. I'll tell you a quick story. My 8-year-old niece comes running over to me a few weeks ago. She says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile SMIEL? I thought about it. Smile sounds the same. Why not? I asked her how come. She says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. An 8-year-old, out of the mouth. What was she doing? She was creating the kind of world she wants to live in. And create, wonderful Liliana, is a great acronym that stands for causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. It's rethinking. It's that shift in perspective, causing.
I love that. Absolutely loving it. Helene, thank you so much. Absolutely loving you. Okay, let's talk about the 3 fundamentals of life.
Oh, with joy and happiness, we do this.
Sorry, say it again.
The 3 fundamentals. Number one
is your life
has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, number 2 happens. Now, in this case, a good number 2. You go mad. Ah! Now, MAD, of course, is a great acronym that stands for make a difference. You lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference. Hello, who are we with now? Billiana and all the tens of thousands of people that are going to be touched by this. We urge everybody to share this episodic episode with 5 of your friends. Not 50, 100, 1,000. You want to do that? That's great too. But let's share with 5 people so we can touch 100,000, even 1 million people with this. Live a purpose-driven life. You go mad. You make a difference. And the 3rd fundamental is to uncover and unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Like we said, smile, seeing miracles in life every day. www. Ask anybody, what is www? They said it has to do with the internet. Factually speaking, they're correct. But in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, WWW stands for what a wonderful world, right? That's what we live. That's our essence. We live. What a wonderful world when you're willing to share with others, share, spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. And I urge everybody to use 4-letter words. Now, of course, since we live in the world of positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, our 4-letter words are love, life, hope, grow, free, gift, flow, pray, play, swim. I even use the FU word because of the shock value and the fun of it. Watch this. My 4-letter FU word is fun. Fun? Yes. FU, capital N, capital N. Now, I'm sure we have some purists out there who will say, wait a minute, Barry Shore, it's only spelled with 3 letters. Not in our world. The world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. Fun is spelled FU, capital N, capital N. So after this show, when you see your family and friends, I want you to point your finger with a smile on your face, a twinkle in your eyes, say, F you, everybody. But remember to add right away, capital N, capital N. So where'd you get that? Well, I listened to Billiana, and she had on this wild guy who wants to teach the world to F you, capital N, capital N. Say, that's how you spell fun? Yes. And now you have the opportunity to open up and talk about all the other things we discussed today about life has purpose, go mad, and we might even talk about dog poop.
Let's talk about dog poop quickly, and then we're going to talk about joy as abbreviation. Let's talk about dog poop.
Juliana loves dog poop. Because we discussed prior, when thank God I was blessed to have Juliana on my podcast, and we were talking about that there are practical things that anybody can do immediately. And one of them is to learn to love dog poop. Did Barry Shore say dog poop? Yes. Everyone knows what dog poop is. You see it inside. But we want to shift perspective, right? So dog poop is a wonderful acronym that stands for doing of good, power of one person. People often, I'm blessed to do webinars and big seminars. And just recently I did one with 1,176 people. And no mask, a lot of hugging and telling the story about Barry Shore and seeing miracles in life every day. And one of the things that people often ask me is really, come on, does one person make a difference? Is it possible? That's the essence of life. When you do recognize from the moment you get up in the morning, open your eyes, and you're able to get out of bed. By the way, it still takes me 10 minutes to get out of bed. To be able to sit up, put my feet over the edge of the bed, for me, joy. Remember, joy is journey of you. And then I can't get dressed by myself, but that's okay. Fine. I can have clothes that help sometimes. But the point is what? One person, you make a difference in the world. So now when you see dog poop, you're walking with your friend and you tell them, hey, I love dog poop. What are you, crazy? Yes. Because what does dog poop stand for? Doing of good. Power of one person. Imagine reaching out to another, reaching out to another, reaching out to another. And pretty soon we create a tsunami of goodness in the world. That's you. That's who you are. The ability to do it. Look, Juliana wants me to talk about it a little bit, so I will. We started a movement called the Keep Smiling movement just over 2 decades ago. I'm humbled and honored to tell you that, thank God, we've been able to distribute for free over 4 million Keep Smiling cards in 27 languages. And what you do when you go to the website, you'll see on there right now that you can now send cards, Keep Smiling cards to 27 languages, plus joyful inspirational cards by email. Go to the site on the barryshow.com. At the top says share a smile. You can now join the mission. The mission, Billiana, is to touch 1 billion people with joy. And you can do it by email. Go in there, it's free. I would say faxing, but nobody does that. So you send by email. You can do 5 people at a time and just do it. Make it a habit, a good habit. Of, once a week, twice a week. Send 5 here, 5 here. You're sending 10, and pretty soon, what happens? We're sending millions of cards. We're touching people. We want to touch 1 billion people with joy. And you can do it. The power of one person. That's you.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna come back to you in a second. Helene is loving being here. Thank you so much. Keeps me laughing out loud, and I love feeling my purple heart rocking in me. I love you, Helene. And sending you back all these smiles and stars because you are a shining star. Um, to all of you watching also, what I would love you to do when you go to www.barryshow.com, click on the podcast and listen to Barry's podcast. Like right now, he's my guest. But he's an amazing host as well. And he has beautiful, bountiful, absolutely amazing people as guests on his show, and the show is called The Joy of Living. As you can see him, he's a pure joy of living. And oh my God, thank you so much. So
we want to share the free gift. When you go to the website, Billiana is such a channel of goodness. She's a flower, remember? You go to the website and you can get a copy of my ebook at no cost. It sells for $14.95 on Amazon. You get it at no cost. We have a couple that so loves the book and the movement and what we do that they've underwritten the distribution of 100,000 copies for free. I said, just go there and get it. It has good information, but it's transformational. That's what we want. You want to shift your perspective, learn to love dog poop, recognize what a team is, and use PTL in your life. Prayer, therapy, and love.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Daniel is Barry and Billy. Great to see you both together. Thank you so much, Daniel. I love you. Marie is saying thank you both for the joy and energy. Absolute pleasure, Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, sending you love as well, Maria and Daniel, and all of you watching right now. Last question to you, Barry. Is there anything else we didn't touch and you want to mention because we completely forgot about it?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I want everybody to understand that what we're doing here is with the three fundamentals: your life has purpose, go mad, go make a difference, uncover the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms, is that by using this, you'll be happier, healthier, and wealthier. And we guarantee it. Or your money back, double your money back. I'd love to share with people as we finish the gift of time. So what does that mean? Gift is a wonderful four-letter word that stands for godly inspiration, facilitating transformation. That's what a gift is. And when you recognize that the greatest, most powerful, most wonderful, most productive asset that you have is your time, then you begin to use it wisely. What does time stand for? Thinking it's miraculous every day. And when you start thinking that way, you'll do the following: teaching it's miraculous every day, and teaching in a way which is the best way of all, by example. Live like it's miraculous every day because you know that it's miraculous every day. Your greatest asset is time. That's a gift you have. Use it well. Learn to love dog poop. Gratitude on your water bottles. Share you with the world, spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. Can we leave everybody with a hug, a universal hug, and a blessing? Can we do that?
Absolutely, yes. Let's do that.
Okay. So let's tell everybody. HUG stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. Ready? On the count of three with Billiana and everybody else. 1, 2, 3. And our blessing to all is go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference.
Thank you so much. Okay, stay in the green room, please, for a second. Thank you so much. For all of you watching today, thank you so much for coming today and for being with me and with Barry. I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of energy, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. And I'm going to see you next Friday.